slides and I start talking.
Waiting on you two.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2018 Operating Budget Public Hearing for the Recreation and Parks Committee. I am Councilmember Jaiza Page, Chair of the Recreation and Parks Committee, and I am joined this afternoon with Councilmember Shannon Hardin as well as Councilmember Michael Stenziano. The purpose for this committee hearing is to provide a brief overview of the Recreation and Parks Department 2018 operating budget. And with us this afternoon, we have Tony Collins, Director of the department, and Sophia Pfiffner as well. Thank you both, and Director, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Councilmember Page, Chair Page, members of Council. Columbus Recreation and Parks Department appreciates the opportunity to present our 2018 budget request. We are also, I want to make sure that I mention that we're thankful for your constant support, Councilmember Page and Councilmember Stenziano, Councilmember Hardin, and all members of Council for the work that we do throughout the neighborhoods in the city of Columbus in the Recreation and Parks Department. As you know, our mission with Columbus Recreation and Parks is to enrich the lives of our citizens. Our goal this year to present to you a budget that enables us to do that. The Columbus Recreation and Parks Department is presenting a general fund proposal in the amount of $54,565,975. We are charged with a commitment to conservation, health and wellness, and social equity. The Columbus Recreation and Parks is dedicated to ensuring Columbus continues to be America's opportunity city and accomplishes this through sustainable programming, connecting neighborhoods, and being open for everyone. Our 2018 budget request supports the City of Columbus priorities, which include funding to meet the goals of the mayor's priorities, as well as aligned with the Columbus Recreation and Parks Commission adopted master plan, and of course council priorities and the best practice of our profession of health and wellness, conservation, and social equity. The 2018 budget specifically includes funding for the daily operation of our 27 community recreation centers, 2 dedicated senior centers, our therapeutic recreation program, cultural arts programs and facilities, our athletic centers, the McKnight Outdoor Education Center, and administrative support for CO AAA. It includes the operation of our 6 golf courses, 27 rentable community buildings, and marinas. And this budget funds the maintenance operations of as well as our 353 parks, our 120 miles of trails, and our 19 nature reserves. The budget request includes funding for 326 full-time staff, 1,500 part-time and seasonal team members, including over 700 part-time employees ages 14 to 24. This budget includes the support for the staffing and operational dollars needed to expand the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department Centers for Opportunity partnerships, which are with our private, nonprofit, and public partners to enhance and expand programs and services in our 11 centers in our 8 most challenged neighborhoods as identified by Celebrate One, including the planning of the new Linden Community Center in Linden Park. This budget supports the application for Purpose, Pride, and Success program. As you know, is a long-standing successful program with us. This program is within our Youth and Family Development Division, and this funding will help lift up our 8 most challenged neighborhoods through investment in our APPS program, which targets young people ages 14 to 24. Furthermore, our 2018 budget supports the completion of an outcome evaluation of APPS, which is something that's been long desired, with an eye on future enhancements. The 2018 budget includes grant funding from the Franklin County for a new expansion of the APPS Job Readiness Program as well, targeting 40 to 60 young people ages 14 to 24 who have minor misdemeanors. This budget will include dollars for our Schools Out initiative, which provides programming during spring break, winter break, and summer break for Columbus youth in our 27 community centers. The funding supports the coordination of the Schools Out initiative as well, focused on bringing together our partners in the community to provide a comprehensive approach to sharing the resources that are available to our children, young adults, and families during Schools Out times, during spring, winter, and summer breaks. The budget includes proposal, I also want to mention it also includes the proposed 6.5% revenue growth on earned and contributed revenues from the department, where we see fees, rental revenues, and other contributing grant dollars that will help grow, which in total is $11.6 million for generated revenue. It includes funding for a strategic plan creation that will look at the next 10 years of operational dollars and put us in position to be sustainable for those 10 years. includes funding for an inclusion plan to look at everything we do from ground up in our programming, our communication, our planning, to make sure that we're the most inclusive department and all of our neighbors are welcome in our parks and in our recreation centers. The 2018 budget is includes funding for our staff to leverage our local partnerships and increase participation and outreach for our summer food program. As you know, we're the largest summer food provider in the state of Ohio with over 500,000 meals distributed in 2017. We want to make sure we're doing that in the most effective way in 2018. This budget includes funding to lift up our arts programming. While we feel that our reputation is strong in the community and all of our recreational programming, we know that we have opportunities to provide more balanced arts programming, and so this budget includes some additional funding for that. And also our outdoor education program. We know that it's important that kids get the balance of education, environmental education, so to help with our STEM education programming in school. This budget supports the funding of some of the outdoor education program initiatives that we'd like to see happen, including the operation of our new net zero facility, award-winning net zero facility at the McKnight Outdoor Education Center. As always, we'd like to thank Council for their support, as well as the leadership of Mayor Ginther and our Recreation and Parks Commission in helping us craft this budget. We look forward to discussing the proposal in the next few weeks. And of course, like I said, I have Sophia Fiftner, our Community Relations Chief, and myself here to answer any questions for you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Could you briefly discuss some of the cost-saving measures that your department is looking at for 2018?
Yeah, so a couple of things. We've looked at some operational efficiencies that are we've discussed with our administrative team in terms of how we structure our organization. But really, the most impactful piece that we'll be doing is an operational strategic plan that will look at the next 10 years and look how we can be sustainable and right-sized to be continue to provide the services and grow services where needed in Columbus in the next 5- and 10-year period.
Additionally, the department received a lot of accolades and awards over the past year from the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association. Could you go over those briefly and also talk about who was the Professional of the Year, and just let us know how you see the department moving forward for 2018?
Thank you for the recognition, Councilmember Page. I am Chair Page. I am blessed and honored to be recognized as the Ohio Professional of the Year for the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association. As anybody will tell you who's considered in this type of an award category, it's purely a recognition of our team and the efforts that the department has put across to not just advance the city of Columbus, but advance Parks and Recreation in the state of Ohio. We've been doing a lot of work on inclusion programming and using our voice and our resources to expand that, so that we're looking at things through gender equity in our profession, through equity and diversity, and making sure that our profession is looking at those lenses throughout the state, not just in Columbus. So I appreciate that. That is one of 8 awards we received from the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association, 3 first-place awards for programs and services that we offer to the residents of Columbus. Our Wyandotte Lodge at the McKnight Center, I just mentioned, we believe is the only publicly operated, publicly used net zero facility in the state of Ohio. And we're very excited about what it's going to do in terms of outdoor education for the kids of Columbus and families. Our urban lacrosse program in partnership with the Ohio Machine was a fantastic new program that our team put together and offered. And then our Get Lunch program was a collaborative effort, but really out of our community relations team to help bring a tool to all of our partners that help provide summer meals, whether it's the YMCA or other nonprofits, to have a co-branded message to get the word out to our folks, our citizens, and our kids in our community about potential lunch spots. So you'll see the Go Lunch logo everywhere, and we're proud to bring that to as a part. We believe that's part of our resources in Columbus, is to convene people and do it in a collaborative way. And that's a good demonstration of how we did that.
Thank you so much, Director, and again, congratulations not only on your individual award, but for the awards for all of the department. And congratulations, Sophia, as well. You have done an amazing job this year, and look forward to all that you will do over the course of 2018. Councilmember Harden has a question.
Thank you, Chair Page, and certainly echo Chair Page's appreciation and congratulatory remarks for the accomplishments of the department. Certainly something that we're extremely proud of. Following Chair Page's hearing today, there'll be another hearing on public safety. We know as a community we've experienced a higher than normal and higher than acceptable rate of homicide in our city this year. We're going to have tough conversations about how we work together to keep our community safe going forward in 2018. Just wondering what your view of your role is in keeping our folks safe, because I believe it's everybody's responsibility, and that we have to be both proactive, I have to be more so proactive to those needs, and just do you think that this budget supports those efforts that you see as the Recreation and Parks role in community safety and engagement?
Great question. Thank you, Councilmember Harden, members of council, Chair Page. Happy to answer that question, and absolutely, I think this budget is perfectly aligned to put recreation and parks at the table to help be part of the solution. I believe, and the people in my profession believe, that we are and have always been a part of this solution. Just some specific examples in this budget that I mentioned, first and foremost, is our centers of opportunity. We have 8 challenged neighborhoods that Celebrate One recognizes that have historic challenges, and we believe that our community centers are exactly the place where we can help solve those challenges by providing a place where classes like financial literacy, nutrition education, workforce development and job training, our centers can be destinations to help those neighborhoods and lift them up. And we can't do it alone. We don't anticipate doing it alone. We believe we're bringing partners to the table. We've been in conversation with the YMCA, with the Boys and Girls Club, with the library, with the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and joining us in this effort in these opportunity centers. And we think the Linden Center will be our first demonstration site of that. While we're already doing collaborative programming throughout the community at some of our and our centers, we believe that this Linden site's going to be a demonstration of what really could be impactful. And then I want to go on to talk about our application purpose for prize and success. You know, investment in that program in this budget not only sustains what we've currently been doing, but grows a little bit. We've really gotten that program on track and made impactful progress in our centers that have our app sites. And as you know, apps has got a number of different components. One is our community recreation staff that focus on 14 to 24-year-olds and programming for them both during our traditional hours and our extended hours. And we believe that this budget supports that continued programming throughout 2018. It also funds our intervention partnerships with the Urban League and Center for New Direction, which is our intervention teams that are on the ground working to help diffuse situations. You know, we know what we can report today, unfortunately, what's happened, but we can't report to you all the things that we've diffused and what we've prevented from happening. But we know the work is being done, and it's being done with great partnerships, as always, with the Urban League and Center for New Direction. The piece that I've been talking a lot about, and the mayor invited me to the public safety meetings earlier this year to talk about, is our workforce development piece. A lot of people don't think about that as a program for recreation and parks, but we've always been the destination for people to come and learn and work and learn great work skills. We're expanding that a little bit more now, especially in those in our 11 opportunity centers, to say, okay, what else can we do? Can we teach you soft skills? Can we teach resume building, communication skills, social media skills, all of those types of things to help you not just get the job, but keep the job, and what kind of career paths are out there as well. And we're using our profession, of course, as the template, but government and beyond and other partners are extending or are possible extensions of that. For example, we had a cohort this year of 22 young people, 14 to 24, from all around Columbus, different, a very diverse group of kids. We put them through this program. They were paid as employees. They went through training. They experienced opportunities in some of our local service organizations, and also went on and we're actually doing work for the department in different areas to learn about skill sets. That's the model program that I told you about that we're growing. But, you know, like I said, we employed 700 14 to 24-year-olds. We spent $1.3 million on salaries for 14 to 24-year-olds. So I think, you know, we hear a lot about one of the things that we need to do is have job opportunities. And I think we're demonstrating that. And sometimes it's part-time, but we also know that, you know, a good, probably, I don't know the exact number, but a good portion of our full-time staff today started as part-time staff members for us and have grown up through the system. I can, you know, you can't go into one of our community centers and not find somebody that's grown up in one of our neighborhoods and grown up in our centers. And you can't really go far in this building or in this, you know, without finding that. And so I think that that's where Recreation and Parks, that's just a start. But you add in the Schools Out programming and, you know, giving kids an opportunity to be with mentors. I talk about my story. I was a 14-year-old kid who got asked to stick around by the rec leader to say, hey, why don't you volunteer? Yeah, I could have went a lot of different directions, but here I am today because of that mentor, and that's what we provide in our community centers. So yes, the answer is we are positioned, and this budget does support the public safety as a priority, and we will continue to work with our partners in public safety, with the chief of police, the fire chief, as well as our other partners in neighborhoods and other nonprofit partners in the community to do that the best way we possibly can.
Thank you, Director. Are there any other questions or comments? Again, thank you, Director Shafia, for your testimony this afternoon. We do have one speaker speaking today during our public comment, and that is Mr. Robert Grinch. Again, welcome to Council. If you could state your name again and any organizations that you are representing. And you have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, Chairman Page, Council members Hardin and Stinziano, Director Collins. As a resident of Columbus, I wish to thank all of you for your support of the facilities and programs that come under the umbrella of the Recreation and Parks Department. As you heard in previous testimony by Director Messer of the Building and Services Department, rezoning applications have increased double digits. If we assume a significant number of zoning applications and subsequent building permits include a number of new residential dwelling units, the need for new public parklands will correspondingly increase. I wholeheartedly support the current budget request proposed by Director Collins and hope Mayor Ginther and City Council will continue to support the ever-increasing recreational needs of our citizens by increasing recreation and parks funding, including funds for new parkland acquisitions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grinch. Are there any questions or comments? Again, thank you. Director Sophia, appreciate you coming again, and I would like to thank my staff and everyone who worked together to put this hearing together, and have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Sorry, I got a little soapboxy there.
I was like writing down.